Kayla, let's discuss your online module on poetry and writing. So, the first standard we will be looking at is objectives and Ohio ELA learning standards are clearly stated within the module. I said you did good here because, spoiler alert, you clearly stated them in the module. And I also think you did incorporate parts of the Quality Matters rubric into your lesson plan as per the stated goal for this. Because I don't know. I feel like your incorporation of Padlet and Pull It everywhere, and your use of Google Docs was, for the writing reflections was pretty good, and I think that reflects the Quality Matters rubric. Okay, next thing. Lessons show some evidence of specific teaching of part of the writing process. I rate you developing for your understanding of writing processes and strategies in your assignment giving because uh, in all of your assignments, you either have them kind of do pre-writing stuff or just composition. I didn't see any revision taking place. You gave an option for revision in the assignment journal writing, white space, and poetry. But you didn't say explicitly this is a revision assignment or this is a rewrite assignment. So my advice to you is next time you're doing a genre unit based on what we learned from Tessa's class, I would say you should incorporate some revision assignments, some rewrite assignments, some ways to get the students thinking about drafting and revisiting earlier work. Like I would have given you effective, like the 3 out of 3 rating, if you had made this explicitly a revision assignment. But I get why you didn't because you're doing a writer's journal, but just for future reference for writing units, I feel like that's a little bit better. Performance tasks are designed to meet lesson objectives and align to Ohio ELA learning standards. Um, your mini lesson is what I'm using for this, obviously, and you do explicitly say in your mini lesson, learning objective, to explain what acrostic poetry is and why it is used. And I think writing an acrostic poem would connect to that well enough. However, you'd also have the end of the week poetry writing assignment and the Padlet reflection here, which are both some tasks. One's an assessment, one's a measurement of learning, and well, I guess they're both assessments, but one's informal, one's formal. But neither of them tie back to this acrostic learning goal. So I feel like your learning goal for this day of teaching is actually a little broader. So I said you need improving on just because I feel like you didn't explicitly tie in the learning goal to all the assignments that were due that day. Next, multiple assessments aligned to current research and theory. I gave you a glowing review for this aspect because let's think about what you do for your assignments. You have kind of discussion assignments on Padlet where writers just reflect on what they like and don't like about writing. Research and tests class shows that was a good thing to do, getting students to reflect on their writing process. You also have various composition assignments, so you're having people work within a genre across a time period consistently. Check on the research front, and you're just having them compose. Check on that front in conversation with a model text, check on that front. So I feel like you're very effective in your orientation of research and using that research in your lesson planning. Online tools, performance tasks, and assessments are designed to encourage learner interaction and engagement. Again, glowing review I gave you for this one because as we can see in your plan here, your PowerPoint, you got a lot of pulls everywhere. You got a lot of Padlet. Like there's incorporation of online tools happening in a very quick, not intrusive way. I feel like in the presentations that gets students seeing each other and noticing each other and their relationship with the tasks at hand and the learning. Um, and then we got consideration of assistive technologies. I gave you another glowing review because your tasks are primarily on Google Docs, and you give an assistive technology guide for getting a read aloud text adaptation tool for Google Docs. So therefore, you're making assistive technology available for a large majority of your assignments. However, one complaint, it won't work on Padlet, it won't work on Pull Everywhere, but they could compose on the Google Doc and then copy and paste it, so I still gave you credit for that too. Um, Overall, I enjoyed this genre unit. I would just say I wish I could have seen more revision, and I also think uh like don't be afraid to make the writing not a direct response to the model poem. Like it's okay instead to like make it a journal activity, and maybe like be like write a poem in response to, like the prompts were often just try to adapt these tools. But if you get students there indirectly by doing prompts that would encourage them to adapt the tools, I feel like that might be more effective for their learning. So, for example, instead of saying revise towards white space or make a poem with using white space, you could say, uh, try to write a poem about a river and show this river through your use of white space. Something like that, to really scaffold them to these very specific tools, kind of getting them in that writer mindset. But overall, good job. I enjoy taking this little genre unit.